It's me again. I'm going to let you know a little secret. Scott Schiller, Team G503 from Pittsboro, North Carolina. Sounds a little strange coming out of my mouth, the North Carolina, but indeed, my wife and I have moved to Pittsboro, North Carolina to live with our children here on a big piece of property, which is going to be a fantastic thing. Every time the winter comes and the holidays come, for the past 6 years, I've made tow ropes, and I've sold them, and I've made hundreds of them, and sent them all over the world, and a lot of guys buy those from me, and I'm really thankful that you do that. A lot of times folks will ask me if I would show them how to tie the I-splice and actually make the tow rope for themselves, and I don't have a problem with that at all. In fact, someday I may not be able to do this anymore, and hopefully this video will help folks out and they can make their own tow ropes, or if you like to make your own, that's great too. Please don't stop buying them from me. It's a good thing that I do at the holidays. Anyhow, I'm going to show you in this video exactly how to tie an I-splice. There's a lot of videos out there about tying I-splices, and I've watched a bunch of them myself to try when I first started, and they're kind of hard to follow, so I'm going to try to make a video that's really, really easy to follow, and I'm going to show you 2 little tricks and tips that I do myself that makes it really, really easy to tie I-splices on your tow rope. Here we go. The supplies you'll need to make a tow rope. First, you're going to need 25 feet of the 1-inch 3-strand manilla rope. The rope that I purchased is supposedly USA made. It's really high quality, you can tell. You can find this at shipyards and hardware stores, but the less length you buy, the more expensive it is. So when I do these projects, I always do a 600-foot spool, which yields me about 24 ropes. You'll need a tape measure, a piece of 2x4. That piece is about 18 inches long, and I'll show you why in a minute. You'll need some electrical tape, a razor knife or a knife that's pretty sharp. You want a sharp blade for what we're going to do here. A Sharpie marker, and some heavy-duty cotton waxed thread. This is the 0.08 millimeter thread. It's used to do saddle work and leather work, and it's the natural color. You can use, there's multiple colors you can use, but that's the color that I use to do these. The first thing we'll do is take our wax thread and cut 2 lengths 60 inches long. And just cut that flush with your razor knife. The second step is take your piece of 2x4 and measure out 1 foot or 12 inches and make a mark on the 2x4. I do this because I'm making a lot of ropes at one time, and it makes it really easy instead of just taking the tape measure and going ahead and measuring 12 inches off each end and then marking it. So you're going to take your magic marker, and then we're going to lay the rope from that end to that end, and we'll mark it at 12 inches. So then we're just going to take our rope, start here on the 2x4, and you've got your mark. See, I've got this little space between there, so that's exactly where I lay my rope. That way I know I'm going to get 12 inches. And then we're going to take the magic marker and just put a little mark at 12 inches. Do that on both ends. The next step is we're going to lash this rope, and that's what we're going to use our cotton wax thread for. You're going to leave about 3 to 4 inches off the back side of that mark you made. Come up about 2 inches, make a loop. Come past an inch and make a loop. I'll get my hands out of the way so you can kind of see how that goes. And then we're going to start wrapping the thread right at the 1 foot mark. You just hold it with your fingers. Try to keep this as tight as you can. This takes a little bit to do. And just as close as you can in sequence. I wrap this about 9 to 11 times. I do this, a lot of people make videos about tying I-splices and they use tape and then they take the tape off. I just think this dresses up the rope and it makes a really nice finished look. And actually, out of all the ropes I've sold over the years, I see pictures of people's Jeeps on the web, and I can always tell if it's a rope that I've made by that lashing. So we're going to get into here about, like I say, 9, 10 times around. And if it's a little loose, it's okay. You can take your finger and you can kind of push that together. It's going to tighten all up in a second anyways. Once we get about 9, 10 times around, here's the trick. You're going to take this end and just slide it right through that loop. Like that. On this side where you've got the loop, you're going to take your shorter end and you're going to come under the loop like this, and that way you'll be able to cinch it. Now you're going to start by pulling on the bottom string, and you see how that cinches that up like that? What you've done is you've made a little loop underneath the underneath side of your lashing. And then we'll just take our fingers and push that together nice and tight. And then I just tie this. You don't have to tie this. In fact, the old cowboy way would not to be to tie it. I like to tie it because I know it's not going to come undone that way. I just do 3 square knots. And then I take my razor and I trim it off about 1/4 inch. Now we've got a nice lashing there, and that's not going to come undone when we're tying our eye splice. Our next step is unravel the ends of your strands, and don't unravel them that far because they'll start coming unloose for the next step we're going to do. We're going to take some electrical tape and we're going to tie it around the ends of our strands. I do about 3, nice and tight. This is just going to keep our strands together as we tie our eye splice. If it comes a little bit unloose like that, what you want to do is just twist your strands with your tape in the direction that they go, and it'll tighten them up. So now we've got our 3 strands. And then what you're going to do is you're going to unravel the strands. Just let them go naturally the way they want to go until you get to our lashing down here. And then, as you'll see naturally as the rope is, this is your center strand, this is your left strand, and this is your right strand. We're going to start with the center strand. Holding the rope with your 3 strands facing away from you, again, I will start with our center strand. You're going to start here and bend this down. Now this loop that I make is about 8 inches. If you fold it out, you'll see the 8 right there. I've just done so many of these that I kind of know what it looks like, but you can measure that out at 8 inches and you're going to be about where you want to be. Here's where we're going to start the fun. You're going to take this strand and open it up. This is what's hard on your hands, and this is what tears them up like this, but that's not all from just rope tape tying. So we'll go ahead now, we'll take our center strand and we'll tuck it into that strand that we just loosened. Keep your left strand away and pull it through. Now you want this really, really tight, so grab the rope, and when I do this, again, you see the fibers, how they twist in a natural way. You're going to twist as you pull that rope. That's going to make a really nice tuck, and that's going to be the difference between a well-tied eye splice and one that kind of looks sloppy. So every time I do a tuck, I twist that and I pull with my hand, and that way you're going to get a nice tight tie. This is the first secret of tying your eye splice, and this is where everybody seems to make a mistake, and I did it many, many times. I made the mistake of doing this. Everybody wants to go to the next strand and then go underneath that, over the next strand and under this one, and that is the complete opposite way that you want to go. This is very important here. If you can get past this tuck, your rope is going to be a piece of cake after this. You're going to turn the rope over, and this strand right here, we're going to twist that rope open. Watch really closely here. This tuck is important. You're going to bring this strand behind that strand, and you're going to tuck it. And this is the most difficult one to do. And then you're going to pull this through. Now see how these come loose? Again, you're going to twist that rope the way that it naturally wants to go. And then that's your second tuck. After we've done the most important tuck, that's the one I just showed you underneath, you're going to come back to the front side, and then we're going to go over this strand and under this one. And it's going to look like a 3, they should be even 3 strands that look like that. After you do that, all you have to do is go back to your first strand, pick any one you want, and go over the next strand and under the next. So we're going over and under. Open the rope up, twist and pull, over, under. Twist and pull, over, under, And that will be the set of tucks, the next set. So that was 2, that would count as 2 tucks. Now see how everything's starting to kind of come together here? You're just going to continue doing the same thing, over, under, and just keep going down the rope. Twist, pull. I keep saying that, but that's what's going to make a nice tight eye splice. Over, under. Over, under. See how that's nice and tight like that? Now in our last tuck, say it again, over, under. You're going to see that there's about 2 inches left of rope on each strand where we tied it together with our electrical tape. And if you did this correctly, they should all be about the same length. Last tuck. And there you go. Now, we can make this a little tighter. And I told you there was going to be 2 secrets I told you in this video that I do. I'm literally going to throw this on the ground and take my boot, start here, and roll this tight from top of the loop to bottom. And you don't have to get crazy. It just takes a couple little passes. And for those guys out there who have followed me all these years, yes, I know my boots are atrocious. These are my outside work boots. They're not my military boots or my reenactor boots. And you see how nice and tight that is? Looks absolutely fantastic. Now the next step, this is what our 2x4 is for. If you were to lay this on a regular table, it gets a little difficult to trim this, only because you're rolling this and you won't be able to get a nice square cut. So what I do is put the rope onto the 2x4 and leave about 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and then I trim them at an angle parallel to the main rope. Cut that off nice and flush. The strands sometimes come a little loose and you just trim them off. And then I just do all 3 of these. Now, if you wanted to make a fancy rope, and you want to spend a lot of time, you can take your same cotton thread and you could lash this end and then trim that off right after the lashing. This will stay together. This may come a little bit frayed over time. That's okay. That's how they would have been. Sometimes, if some guys like to get fancy. I've made a couple of them fancy myself like that. You could lash that, but we're just going to trim this back again, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And the last one. See how that makes the 2x4 makes it really easy to hold the rope while you're doing this. There you go. There's your eye splice. Now you can do that exact same thing on the other side of the rope, and then you'll be complete. And that's it. That's how you tie your tow rope. Now, the tow ropes that I make that are standard, they come out to about 20 to 21 feet finished with the 2 eye splices on the end. Now, that wraps your bumper about 1/3 in the middle, and then it gives you the 8-inch loop that I make, gives you enough where you can hook it over the ends of your bumper, and it makes it so if you make them too small, you're going to have a difficult time doing that. So the 8 inches works exactly perfect. Now, what I wanted to tell you, the reason I told you this is a lot of guys want to have their whole bumper done and wrapped in a rope. So it goes the best, and I start with 25 feet when I start out. If you're going to make a longer tow rope, what I found over the years is go in 2-foot increments. That seems to be what the bumper likes when you wrap it around. You can do 27, which is going to cover about half of your bumper. 28 almost does the whole thing. I have made a rope for a guy that was 30, and that really wrapped his bumper, but he wanted the whole thing covered and thing. So you can do them longer, The World War II ones, a lot of guys have markings on their bumper, so when they wrap them in the middle, you can still see the markings on the bumper, and they like that. And the 20-foot length is the standard rope length that would have been made during World War II. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it's been so long since I made a video. Life happens, and that's just the way it goes, but I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you do tie your own rope, send me some pictures. I'd love to see it, because it's a really it's a neat little art that not a lot of people do anymore. All right, y'all. Till next time, keep it safe. Happy Jeeping.